Welcome to Atlanta News First. My name is Natasha Pollard. I am your host today, and we're going to be talking to Jabari Walthour. Is that correct?
Right. That's
Okay.
right. Got it.
And Jabari is the owner of BLKXCLLNC clothing line. So is it just clothing line, or do you want to go a little bit more into where do we start with this? Is it just clothing line, or is it more to it?
Well, right now it's just a clothing line, but there's definitely been some ideas and talks about how to expand it. This started on the back of George Floyd. George Floyd was just a huge, inflection point for race relations across America. And it just, upset me so much that I started to try to channel that anger into a creative space, right?
Right.
And at first, I felt like I was designing more of a protest style of a shirt or concept. And then I kind of looked around and said, there are enough of us out here speaking out and protesting. Who's speaking to us?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
not only
absolutely.
that, not only who's speaking to us, but who's speaking up to us. So that's
And
how
that's
the
and that's very positive, and that's a good, that to me, I feel like that's a good reason to do something. So during Black History Month, we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate your clothing line. We want to focus on you. So we want to make sure that everyone knows who you are and why Black excellence. Your
sure.
clothing line is like a perfect way to do that.
Yeah.
Having your clothing line, it takes a lot of discipline. Tell me, after when you started with your clothing line and you had the inspiration, how much work took into trying to get it off the ground?
Tons. It's funny that you bring it up. I actually sat on the idea for about a year and a half. I made a mock-up of the shirts and, on my wife's Cricut. And so my wife and my son just kept wearing the shirt around the house, just kept wearing it. And I'm like, I've got to make something of this. So went back to the drawing board, started to really focus on how the product feels. And not just, artwork on a shirt. Like
Right.
it's important that it feels, like high quality material when you put it on and that it can last over time. But, there was just a lot of planning that went into it, trying to find the right vendors, trying to find mocking up different designs, and really just getting the feel from, different friends and different people I trust in the design space to say, hey, okay, this is ready to go.
Do you have a design background? Is that where your background is in design?
My background's in a lot of things.
Oh, I know that's right, because
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
I've been designing shirts or something, for probably 15, 20 years now. I think I designed my first college t-shirt probably back in 2001, 2002.
Oh, okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So this is right up your alley. If you weren't designing clothes and doing clothing line, like, is this something that you always knew that you were going to be doing?
No, not at all. Not at
Oh,
all. I'm a graduate of North Carolina A&T State University,
okay.
and I went there to major in electrical engineering. So we're far off of that path, but
Right.
there's
But that's
there's
a
some
great,
similarities there.
those are two good things though. That
Yeah.
engineering takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah,
Being a business owner takes a lot of discipline. So
you're right.
those two can, if you say, go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because being a business owner, a lot of people don't understand that when you're, especially a clothing line, you're making the clothes, you're producing the clothes, you got to promote the clothes, you have to do everything. You're like a one-man man, like
Yeah.
everything falls on you. Do you
Yeah.
have a lot of support from your friends and family with your brand, with your clothing line?
Tons. I mean, Black excellence wouldn't be anything without my friends and family that have support. Like I just mentioned, being a graduate of A&T, Aggie Nation is a big part of my support. They make sure that my message gets out there to their friends and their extended circles, and I think that's contributed greatly to the success of Black excellence so far.
No, that's perfect, because you hear a lot of people, and on social media, you see a lot of posts like it's hard to get your friends to support you. They always trying to get celebrities, and it's
They got to
like,
get some new friends. They got to
right.
get new friends.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then speaking of celebrities, is there a celebrity that you would love to see wearing your clothing?
One of the people that I would really love to wear some Black Excellence apparel would be my boy Lil Rel Howery.
No, we have to shout him out. We're gonna have to be like,
yeah, Lil Rel.
Yeah, I like Lil Rel.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
him. So yeah, that would be a perfect person because I think he's big in the community and very supportive of that. And like Diddy, like he'd be a perfect person. He's super big on Black excellence. Like we get Diddy, get Diddy in your clothes, it's over. Like it's over for everybody. So he's big on Black excellence. So and I love that you have the background and your motivation from it came from something that you turned something negative into something positive. Yeah. And I think that's a really big deal. And with your clothes, do you what pieces, like what kind of pieces do you have? Do you just do hoodies or sweaters? 'Cause I've seen a few of them, like your hoodies and your sweaters. And what else other pieces do you have?
Sure. So we focus on hoodies and hoodies and sweatshirts, sorry. But we've also expanded into t-shirts and shorts. And we just recently dropped beanies, our first piece of headwear.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, there's a lot that we're going to get into over the course of this year that's definitely going to expand our product mix. So looking forward to it.
So who came up with the design of Black Excellence? Because that's very creative. Like you didn't like if like you can tell this is like Black, like you can actually like put two and two together, like where you're going with it. Who came up with that design?
That would be I.
We know that engineer, design, entrepreneur.
Yeah. That would be that. I mean, after several iterations though, I mean, we definitely, mocked it up and said, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Let's do this. And then we kind of got settled on, a college sweatshirt feel, right? Oh, yeah. So we wanted something that was pretty familiar to our customer base. And that's how we got to this design, one word, no vowels.
Right.
And you pick up on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I can see that the inspiration with the college, like I definitely can see that. Aside from the things that you already have, like the hoodies and sweatshirt, is there any other avenue you're going to go through with the Black Excellence? Like what else are you trying to promote with Black Excellence?
So really it's all about messaging. I want to make sure that I'm doing, as much as I can to teach, Black history. We teach African American studies over here. I know they don't do it in Florida, but we do it here. So with
shots fired. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
With every drop, we try to make sure that there's meaning attached to it. We always give or choose a particular color and then attach a meaning to the color. So let's say for season 4 of Black Excellence, we featured Black Excellence on the battlefield, where we highlighted different infantry groups that were Black only, like the Harlem Hellfighters or the Buffalo Soldiers or the Black Panthers. And then the color of the drop was a military green. And that collection went over very well and was very well received, but we were able to tell the stories of those different groups in that drop. So if there's a positive Black message to go with it, we're definitely open to it.
We definitely want to keep it positive. Are you always going to stick with the Black Excellent branding, or do you have any other ideals or any other avenues you would go instead of like the Black Excellence across here or the logo? Because I know sometimes people be like, oh, I got the Black Excellence, but let's try a different brand. Or you know how they do like two letters or something like that. Do you have like another ideal, like a sneak peek you want to show us?
You're trying to get in on the drops, on the exclusives, right?
I'm trying to get the exclusive.
You're trying to get the exclusives.
That's why we're here, right?
No, it's definitely coming. We've definitely tossed around some different things. Matter of fact, we've got a couple of drops planned this month now.
Okay.
Matter of fact, this week we're dropping our season 5 collection. Okay. And if you can keep a secret,
I gotta hear. What's the secret?
So season 5 is focused on Black love, right?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So Black love is Black excellence.
So I'm definitely know your wife was some inspiration in that Black love, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure, for
Okay.
sure.
Yes. Yes. We
Yeah.
gotta we love to see that as well. And when you promote love too, especially Black love, that's a good
Mhm.
selling point right there. So
Yeah.
and that's very positive. And like I said, we want to definitely keep it positive in our culture as well. So
Yeah.
like so they can see more than just anything negative. There's a lot of positive, and there's a long time ago where we couldn't even start a business. We couldn't
Right, right,
even like those
right.
options weren't available to us. So to be able to see, you know, a Black successful man doing his own business,
Mhm.
entrepreneur, that's a big deal. So you definitely could congratulate yourself on that. So
Thank you. Appreciate it.
yeah. And you said how long have you been in how long has your Black Excellence been out? How long have you had the brand out?
The brand launched last February, last Black History Month. So we're coming up on a year here, which is why we've got so many different things that are planned.
Oh,
We're
perfect.
about to do a couple of pop-up shops this month, one
Okay.
here in Atlanta and one in DC at the end of the month.
Okay.
So we're just trying to expand the brand.
Will that information be on a website or something for people to be able to know when you'll have your pop-up and
Sure.
what and all that?
Yeah, all of that would definitely be on the website. You guys can go check out the website. It's blackexcellence.com, BLKXCLLNC.com.
Okay. Is that where, and that's the same website where they can purchase items? You have like a
Yes,
about me, all that information's in on there
all that
so they
stuff
can
is
feel
there.
like, okay, that's perfect. So and that's what I want to do. We want to make sure that you promote it. Now, are you going to have a storefront one day?
That's a goal. That's
That's a
definitely
go. That's a
that's
go.
definitely a goal.
That's a
One
go.
day for sure. Yeah.
And what plans do you have for Black Excellence aside? Like once you get where you want to get, what is the big goal? What is the end goal for you? Not end, but what is like your biggest goal that you want to reach for Black Excellence?
There are 43 million Black people in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Still, every one of them are in a piece of Black excellence. I haven't reached my goal.
Absolutely. So that means we'll never stop. Can't
Never
stop, won't
stop.
stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Call Diddy. Call Diddy.
Call Diddy because he know about this Black excellence. Okay, so I'm very glad I was able to speak to you and be able to find out where you're going with your brand. Is there anything you want to share that I didn't touch on in with your brand or what's coming up?
Um, I really just appreciate the opportunity to chat with you today. Just really grateful to be able to get my message out there and be able to let more folks know about, why I started this, what we're after, and we're going to be here. So get used to this space.
Absolutely. So
Yeah,
shout out your website. I know you have Instagram, you have
yeah,
Facebook too.
yeah. Facebook too.
Okay. Yeah, I seen the Facebook, Instagram. So shout out all those so we'll be able to link them so people will be able to
Sure,
go to them and shop with you.
sure, sure. So everything's the same. It's Black Excellence spelled the same way on Instagram, on Facebook, on our website, and that's BLKXCLLNC. Make sure you go follow us, like, subscribe, and comment for sure.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you took the time to talk to us today. You're like my first interview for Black History Month. We're going to focus on our Black people, lifting them up, and you're definitely going to be history. Like you're already creating history. You creating something for your children, for your wife. So, and 43 million Black people.
Yeah,
Like, so absolutely. So thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today.
no problem. I appreciate the opportunity, Natasha.
Thank you.